Grapes are so fucking good.
Hey, morning, guys. So I'm seeing a lot of people in the comment sections asking questions about, what am I doing wrong? I felt like this. I didn't feel well. I was, lots of questions. First of all, I want you to know I don't have any answers for you. But secondly, and most importantly, is to take care of yourselves, guys. This isn't a fucking race. Like all the social media stuff, even people in our community who are amazing and doing great jobs, this isn't a race against them. It's also not a collaborative effort for us all to hit the end goal together. And what I mean by that is that you need to take care of yourself, take care of your friends, take care of your families. Like, all this weight loss shit doesn't mean anything if you don't feel well. And that was what brought me into this space, was that after 4 years of losing so much weight, I found myself in an ever increasing spiral of like what I'm allowed to eat plummeting to the ground without gaining weight. And then I found a way that I could eat more food for periods of time and not be in this mental game with myself of having to weigh and track everything. And it's been like a vacation, man. Like, this is the first week this is the first 2 weeks that I have not been obsessed about calories for the past 4 years. And yeah, I've lost and kept off 150 pounds. But like, at what price and at what darkness did I like feed into during that time? It's good to have goals. It's good to be hard on yourself. It's good to struggle and strive and persevere and have some sort of like continuity with a goal in your life. All that's great. But at what price? Each of us need to kind of like prioritize our weight loss alongside things that really matter, which is our wellness, our families, our friends, our communities, the things we're a part of. There was a great video yesterday that Emma put out, and I will tag her in the comments so you guys can go check it out. And she was talking about yesterday that like it's okay to have weak days. There's going to be days where like life stresses you out and you need to eat food. Can we make better choices with the type of food that we put in to our bodies? If we can, we have been successful. All of these fitness guys who I love, so many of them. There's so many great people that I still watch their content. I'm sure at some point I'm gonna make a video talking specifically to Carnivore Ray. But like, this isn't a fucking race, and it's so easy to get caught up in all of this woo-woo weight loss stuff. Over time, being consistent will produce changes. And for all of us, like for me, I have this magnificent chin. All of us, it will be different what it looks like. Some of us will have less skin than others. Some of us will have more skin than others. Some of us will have really impressive lats. Others will have like better defined shoulders. Some people will be total quad and calf monsters with big legs. And it's all good, man, as long as we're moving forward at whatever pace we're moving forward. It's about change. It's about building habits and routines. It is not about chasing and obsessing over these numbers. And I'm not just speaking to anyone listening to this. I'm speaking to myself as somebody that has had goal after goal after goal after goal. I remember when the goal was like, can I get to 250 and say I lost 100 pounds? Can I get to 220? Can I break the stall at 220 and get to 200? I got as low as the 180s. And I started to get abs, visible abs for the first time. And it still wasn't enough. It's never going to be enough. And you got to sit in that dark place for some time where you're unhappy with the fact you're not arriving at all this bullshit we see. Like, we see so much bullshit on all of these videos about weight loss and transformations. Some of my favorite people that I follow are on X, because they're all completely open about their anabolics and their peptide use. And it's like, that shit is sweet, dude, because there's so many people out here that are completely dishonest about what they've been doing, what they're taking, how long they've been on it. And then we, as the viewers, consume this stuff, and we lose 5 pounds over the course of 2 months, and we still don't look anything remotely like it. And then we see the content and we get motivated again, and we go back in and we try harder, and maybe we get some progress, or maybe we plateau, or we like slowly recede a little bit. And then what? We're still fucking not where we want to be. And it's like, you got to pump the brakes, and you got to get connected sometimes with what we're doing this for. And we're doing this to take care of ourselves. We're doing this to feel better. There's a great Christian mystic, Meister Eckhart, who had this quote about spirituality, which is that spirituality is not a process of addition, but a process of subtraction, right? Like, if I want to grow, it's not about what to add to my life, but it's about all the things that if I remove them, I will have a better life. What are the things blocking me up? Sometimes it's going to be the scale, guys. There's going to be times when you're just like killing yourself with the scale. But just like food that we have to have every day, there needs to be some level of tracking. You can't just abandon the scale and its importance, but there's got to be a level of subtracting it from your mind and from the amount of mental space that you're letting it occupy, that I'm letting it occupy. I'm at 197 again today. I've been cruising 198, 197 for, 7 days now or something. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, what else is going on, right? Like, I've been crushing it at work. I've been smashing it at the gym. I've been running my ass off, just getting in miles and miles and miles. I even, one day earlier this week, when the gym was closed in the morning after Memorial Day, went out after work before volunteering at the soup kitchen me and my wife live at, and I got 3 miles in, and it felt great. And then I had to carry a giant fucking dresser up 3 flights of stairs with this young guy, and it felt awful. It was the opposite of great. And the reason I'm saying all this, man, is because, like, life's going on no matter what Anthony Robbins, David Goggins, and even the guys we really like tell us about how we should be striving towards these goals and that we should have non-negotiables. Yes, we need to prioritize improving what we're doing with our mouths, our stomachs, and our minds. But, like, you also gotta, like, and I hate to sound like, a little fruitcakey, but you gotta take care of your heart. And I don't mean cardiovascular health. I mean, like, your wellness, your feelings. It's really important, Like, one of the things no one talks about in all of this stuff in the fitness community is, like, yeah, you're chasing calorie counts and you're chasing PRs in the gym. How are you treating your wife? Like, how are you treating your friends and family? How are you treating yourself? We should be hard on ourselves, but we also need to be soft on ourselves. And figuring out when that's appropriate, it's tough. And like I said, it requires sitting in some darkness, some sadness, and weighing out, who we want to be. I want to pick up with part 2 of losing 150 pounds. And it's like something I got to really think over, because the fasting, for like 2 years, it was like a big part of my life. And just as much good as it did and helped me lose and keep off weight is like just as much bad as it did. And there was a couple of 5-day and even a 6-day fasts where I found myself at some of the darkest places in my life, and what other things come out of this fasting lifestyle that no one talks about when it comes to behavior, when it comes to your mind, and all the secret thoughts that we don't share with the world, and that we don't share on X, and that we don't share on Facebook. This is a what's the word, right? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Guys, whatever rate you're going at is okay as long as you're moving forward. And what moving forward could look like is a week stalled out. I like haven't peed since yesterday because I'm holding water like crazy. And it's okay. It's okay, the scale didn't move. No one can tell you otherwise as long as you keep trying, keep refining, keep moving forward, keep moving forward, keep moving forward. And don't become mad with this shit. Don't become lost in chasing numbers that are not as important as the fact that you have a good day today. And I genuinely believe that the more good days you string together, the easier it's going to become to reach your goal. This week, I have not had to track a single thing. I have been eating when I want to eat. I have not been gaining weight. I am okay today. And hopefully some of you out there can come to grips with that. Because if you spend enough time being okay, it is my deepest belief in my heart that things will progress. Have a goal, chase the goal, but like don't lose yourself in that race. So anyways, I'm gonna leave off with that. That's it for today. It is Friday. I am going to be doing electrical and drywall all day. And then I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna have a great Friday with my wife. I'm gonna eat nothing but some fruit today. I'm gonna have some juice. I've been switching up my routine a little bit. I'm just doing juice for breakfast, juice around 10 a.m., and then having all my fruit when I get home. Because I want to do something to combat the water weight gain, but I'm not going to fucking worry about it. And then tomorrow when I go out to eat with my friends and I get 16 ounces of sirloin with 2 sweet potatoes with no butter added to it, if I wake up Sunday a little heavier, I'm not going to fucking worry about it. I made a bunch of good choices. If the scale doesn't reflect that, it's okay. Because there's going to come a point where it's going to break, right? Like I'm either going to start pissing like crazy or I'm going to have to go to like a doctor because I've been holding water for a week. But I promise it's more likely going to be that first one that I start going to the bathroom a lot and it tapers back out. In the meantime, I'm going to be good to myself and I hope all you guys can do the same. So let's all have a good Friday. And over the weekend, I will jump back on to recording part 2 of losing 150 pounds. And we'll get back into that story together. Take care, guys.